Hello there and welcome to Verdict 2017, where we get you all the latest updates from the poll-bound states. 2 down, 3 to go, of course. But even from the two states of Goa and Punjab, there are some updates that are coming as well. We'll get you all of that in a bit, but first, the headlines. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav, Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi hold a joint rally in Meerut, target the centre and Prime Minister Narendra Modi on his scam jibe. BJP President Amit Shah addresses a rally in Ghansali town of Tere district, assures voters that party will fulfill all promises made in its election manifesto. And the March 4th elections are notified in Manipur, but there are doubts over the law and order situation in the state after United Naga Council says the economic blockade will continue. Re-election was held at a polling station in Goa's Margao constituency on Tuesday. Polling booth number 8 at the government primary school in Aquem in Margao had reported technical problems on the election day on the 4th of February, and the election was cancelled after officials failed to delete sample votes logged in the electronic voting machines. Reports coming in from there are that at least 79% of voting has been recorded. Meanwhile, in Punjab, the Election Commission ordered re-polling in 48 polling stations in the Majitha, Muktsar and Sangrur assembly segments. Re-polling was ordered after the voter-verified audit paper trail EVMs malfunctioned on the 4th of February. Re-election will also take place at polling stations in Moga and Sardulgarh segments where EVMs displayed the votes polled during the mock polls. The re-polling will take place on the 9th of February. The EC had used the VVPATs for the first time in Punjab. Meanwhile, the Election Commission on Tuesday issued a show-cause notice to Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar over his bribe remarks during a public rally in Goa. The notice said that the CD of his speech had not been tampered with in any manner. This after Parrikar claimed that his election speech was incorrectly translated. The poll panel earlier on the 2nd of February had issued a notice to Parrikar after it took cognizance of the complaints from the Goa Forward Party and the Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal. The commission has also alleged that Parrikar deliberately and intentionally instigated the public to take bribe for voting. The EC has sought his reply by the 9th of February. Now, in Uttar Pradesh, with the first phase of the assembly elections just a week away, Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi and Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav held a joint rally on Tuesday at Meerut. And during the rally, Akhilesh launched an offensive against the centre and Prime Minister Narendra Modi's scam jibe.
Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav and Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi once again targeted the central government in a joint rally held in poll-bound Meerut. Hitting back at Prime Minister Narendra Modi over a scam jibe, Akhilesh said that it was strange that the PM named Mayawati in the acronym, as the BJP has allied with BSP thrice.
इन बीजेपी वालों से सावधान रहना। इन्होंने जो रास्ता अपनाया है, उस रास्ते ने भाईचारे को खतरा पैदा किया है। ये समाज को तोड़ने वाले लोग हैं। और यहीं पर मेरठ में आकर के प्रधानमंत्री कह गए थे, आपको याद होगा, कि हमें उत्तर प्रदेश को स्कैम से बचाना है। तो स्कैम का मतलब था समाजवादी, कांग्रेस, अखिलेश, और मैंने कहा भाई हमारी बुआ का नाम क्यों जोड़ दिया ये बताओ पहले तो। अरे बुआ से तो इनके रिश्ते बहुत करीब के रहे हैं।
Taking the podium after Akhilesh, Rahul Gandhi also attacked PM Modi. The Gandhi Science said that PM Modi should stop divisive politics. He also claimed that the people of UP are united and the PM should stop spreading hate and anger.
अलग-अलग वायदे किए, एक वायदा पूरा नहीं किया। कहा था 2 करोड़ युवाओं को रोजगार दिलवाऊंगा। यहाँ इस भीड़ में, इस आंधी में कोई एक व्यक्ति है जिसको नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने रोजगार दिया? नहीं, सुनाई नहीं दिया। है या नहीं है? एक नहीं है। जहां भी वो जाते हैं खोखले वायदे करते हैं, 15 लाख रुपए दूंगा, रोजगार दूंगा, हिंदुस्तान को अच्छे दिन दूंगा।
Hailing the Congress SP tie-up, Rahul said that their alliance would work for all, particularly the poor, the youth and women of the state. The Congress leader also promised to create more jobs in Uttar Pradesh. The state will hold its first phase of assembly elections on February 11th. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha Television.
All right, for more on what's developing and give us an insight really on what it means, with just 4 days to go, the first phase of polls, KV Prasad, Associate Editor with the Tribune, joining us in studio this evening. Thank you, Mr. Prasad, for being here with us. First of all, just talking about that rally that we saw, again another joint one between Akhilesh and Rahul, and it seems the Prime Minister has given them more ammunition to go ahead and, you know, go against the government, talk against the government, the scam jibe in particular.
Yeah, that's fine, because this is election time and it's much anticipated that you will have this verbal duels going on in the run-up to the elections, and the campaigning is peaking in the first phase, because 11th, this is Saturday, coming Saturday is when you'll have the first phase of Uttar Pradesh in Western UP going to polls. But largely it should be seen that while this attack and counter-attacks is but natural, what I think also is too interesting to see who is setting the agenda for the others. Is it like, so this is very important, because the connect to the voter comes from what are you offering differently, or are you just being in a counter-attack mode all the time?
Exactly.
So I think here there was a slightly a mix and match. If one, at least the glimpse that we saw was more of a counter-attack coming in the wake of the Prime Minister's rally, which ended in, which was there on Sunday. But don't forget, tomorrow the Prime Minister is going back.
Yes.
So there is a rally tomorrow.
Yes.
Today I think Mayawati held a rally in Ghaziabad. Tomorrow the Prime Minister also is holding a rally in Ghaziabad, which is a suburb very close to Delhi.
Yes.
So this is something which we need to watch and see how it goes from here.
Absolutely. And you speaking about Mayawati, and yes, the BSP Supremo on Tuesday claimed that a party will form the government with full majority in Uttar Pradesh, and that is while addressing a rally at Ghaziabad. She accused the Narendra Modi government of trying to end reservations for backward communities and jobs, and also attacked the Congress Samajwadi Party alliance, saying that Muslim voters should not get swayed by the alliance and waste their precious votes by supporting it. She also claimed that demonetization has affected everyone.
केवल अपने राजनीतिक स्वार्थ में आज से लगभग 3 महीने पहले देश में काला धन व भ्रष्टाचार पर अंकुश लगाने की आड़ में व इसे देश हित से भी जोड़कर फिर बिना पूरी तैयारी के ही पूरे देश भर में अचानक 500 व 1000 रुपए के नोटों पर पाबंदी लगाने का ये कैसा अति जनपीड़ादायी फैसला ले लिया, जिसकी मार से देश के लगभग 90% गरीब, मजदूर, किसान व अन्य मेहनतकश एवं मध्यम वर्गीय लोग अभी तक भी पूरे तौर से उभर नहीं पा रहे हैं।
Meanwhile, Home Minister Rajnath Singh claimed that there was not a single corruption charge against the Modi government. This while addressing a rally in Shamli, and he targeted the Congress Samajwadi Party alliance, saying that the cycle that Rahul was using is already punctured. The BJP leader also promised to waive off the loan of small farmers if voted to power in Uttar Pradesh.
मैं यहाँ के मुख्यमंत्री को भी कहना चाहता हूँ और अपने कांग्रेस के युवा नेता से भी कहना चाहता हूँ, अरे भाई मान लिया, जो कमजोर हो जाते हैं वही कहीं कोई सहारा ढूंढते हैं। आप कमजोर हो गए थे, आपको सपा की दरकार थी, सपा कमजोर हो गई थी, आपकी दरकार थी, आप लोगों को बैसाखी चाहिए थी।
KV Prasad continues to be with us here in the studio. Mr. Prasad, just talking about the first phase, it's a crucial one. Yes, for all the parties, but even more so for the BSP and the BJP, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, as everybody knows, 2014 was literally a very major victory for the Bharatiya Janata Party, 71 out of the 80 Lok Sabha seats, and it swept right from the western UP right to the eastern UP. It's like across the state,
Yes.
except for a few pockets where the Amethi, Raebareli and where Mulayam Singh and his family members were contesting. So now what's important is for the BJP to try and see if it can try and have, if not the similar, something matching to that kind of a thing, because remember, assembly elections are different in the sense that that was a national election, so
Yes.
people attitude and approach is different, whereas the assembly elections essentially would be a reflection of what aspirations people have with the government of the state,
Yes.
the state government,
More
and the
local,
issues,
yes.
local issues always matter, and not just local issues. Local candidates carry a lot of weight because they are the people always in the vicinity and in the around people, so they kind of understand and know who exactly is with them, who is not working for them, and so on and so forth,
Yes.
irrespective of party and their affiliation. So this is a large pool that always has an independent, an individual candidate also brings certain amount of votes to a political party outside the political party format itself. So all these things add up. And Western UP is also important because here a lot of what happened in the 2014 elections is we saw the Jat, which is a dominant community, a farming community, had at one point of time, everybody said, had shifted to the Bharatiya Janata Party in 2014. Now, there have been reports coming out that there is a rethink in that. So will that happen? Will that, which means what? Which means a Rashtriya Lok Dal of Ajit Singh, will his party benefit because the Jats seem to come back to them? And the BSP. Now, the BSP is, of course, apart from the Dalit vote, there is this lot of talk in the state about possibility of a minority vote looking outside of SP towards the BSP. So we don't know. I mean, these are all reports that are coming from the ground.
Okay. All right. We'll continue talking about Uttar Pradesh, of course, in the days to come. But we're also focusing on the other states as well. And one, of course, is Uttarakhand. It's not obviously as charged up as Uttar Pradesh, but nonetheless, it is in news. And the BJP President Amit Shah, in fact, on Tuesday, appealed to people in Uttarakhand to vote in favor of his party. And addressing a rally in Ghansali town of Tiri district, Shah assured the voters that the BJP will fulfill all promises made in the party's election manifesto. Taking a dig at Congress, he said that the Harish Rawat government had done nothing for the development of the state. The BJP president also addressed rallies in Pauri and Ramnagar districts.
जहां पर पर्यटक बढ़ने चाहिए थे, पहाड़ से पलायन रोकने के लिए रोजगारी के नए नए काम बढ़ने चाहिए थे, बिजली का उत्पादन बढ़ना चाहिए था, समृद्धि बढ़नी चाहिए थी, उसकी जगह एक गुंडई और किन्नाखोरी से चलता हुआ शासन आज पूरे उत्तराखंड को परेशान कर रहा है। मित्रों, आपके पास परिवर्तन का एक मौका है, आपके पास इस सरकार बदलने का एक मौका है।
All right, without a quick break here, but up next we're getting you a special report from Manipur. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
The sacred relics of Buddha were unearthed in Piprava in Uttar Pradesh. Buddhist monks from all over the world visit the National Museum to pay their respects. These charred bone fragments of Buddha are housed in the gold canopy gifted by the royal family of Thailand.
Welcome back. Now, on a day when the March 4th election was notified in Manipur, the United Naga Council reiterated that the economic blockade will continue in the state. The fresh announcement has raised doubts over the law and order situation in the state and its impact on the elections. The Union Home Ministry sent its representative to review the situation following the blockade. On the 3rd of February, tripartite talks to end the blockade began between the Naga leaders, the centre and the Manipur government, but it turned out to be inconclusive in Delhi. A similar meeting met with the same fate today. Normal life in Manipur, remember, has been severely affected with the National Highway 2 being blocked since the 1st of November by the UNC cadres. The council is protesting against the creation of 7 new districts in the state. Well, KV Prasad of the Tribune continues to be with us in studio, but we are also being joined by Akhilesh Suman, our correspondent, joining us from the newsroom. Akhilesh, what is the update that you're getting at this point of time? The economic blockade, where there were high hopes that it may probably end today, lifted today, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen.
Yeah, actually, Tracy, there was a dramatic development today because at 11 a.m. there was a meeting of United Naga Council in Senapati, that is a stronghold of Naga leaders and Naga people. So there was a meeting lasted for almost 2 hours, and they decided that they will continue with the economic blockade that has been going on in the state for more than 3 months. And incidentally, Satyendra Garg, who is the in charge joint secretary from the MHA of the Northeast, he is also in Manipur. He reached Manipur yesterday only, and he is talking to Additional Director General of Police, and he also talked to the Additional Chief Secretary of Manipur, and he is taking stock of the whole situation. So now things have changed in a direction that whether election will be suitable, will be possible in the state or not, because Naga Council has made it very clear that unless you consider our demand, we are not going to lift the blockade. But in the meantime, state government is telling that since the model code of conduct is in place, we cannot take any decision on the 7 new districts. Similarly, Centre is also telling that since the election code of conduct is there, Centre cannot intervene. So it is very, very much difficult situation now that any party associated with the government can take, and it is only the law and order situation, whether it will allow election to be held in free and fair election, free of violence. It is very interesting to see that how things turn up in coming days.
Absolutely. Akhilesh, thanks so much for joining us with that update. We would like to tell our viewers that the UNC, of course, has 2 demands. One, of course, is to retake a look at the decision of the creation of the 7 new districts and also the release of 2 of its leaders, isn't it, KV Prasad? And in an event of this manner, the government, of course, right in saying that the model code of conduct is in place at this moment. However, how does it seem like, do the polls actually take place? And if it does also, how valid would that be?
See, of course, the decision taken by UCN has just been mentioned by your colleague. The fact remains that the government has said what it needs to say because of the model code of conduct.
Yes.
Now, the options are very limited. There is an option, of course, if there is a political decision to that effect, that there is a time that when you take a major decision or you have to take a major decision, you have to go to the Election Commission and seek a permission.
Yes.
It's up to the EC to, but in this case it looks it's a very difficult case because a state government's decision was taken much before the elections, and now right in the middle this has come up. But that is a political call.
Yes.
I think the other side, what he was mentioning, is to find a way out if a law and order situation doesn't erupt. I mean, you have a situation at hand.
Yes.
The idea is to either de-escalate it to an extent where peaceful polls are conducted in Manipur. But as we speak, we also know we have some time, because today we are just on the almost a month's time if one calculates.
That's right.
Less than a month slightly, but more than 3 weeks, because the first phase goes to polls on the 4th and the second, I think, goes on the 8th. So there is enough time for the government to try and negotiate its position with the leaders of the agitation who have let alone what they want.
Yes, absolutely. We'll leave it there for now, KV Prasad. Thanks so much for joining us, giving us an insight on what's going on, not just in Uttar Pradesh, but in Manipur as well. We'll be, of course, talking to you more on the other states as well as the days progress. Meanwhile, one topic, of course, that is from the north to south, that, of course, all voters are talking about, are demonetization. It has dominated the national discourse for the past 2 months. And for Agra's famed Petha industry, it too has become a major poll issue. The Petha manufacturers are short on orders and very few customers are turning up at sweet shops, and the turnover of the industry has fallen by 70%. Take a look at this report.
First prepared over 350 years before, Pethas have since slipped out of the royal kitchen of the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan to the streets of Agra. From then on, this sugary, syrupy sweet has gained immense popularity, making your experience in Agra a bit more sweeter. And this is the hub of the Petha industry, Noori Gate area, where more than 700 cottage units have been working hard for years to bring sweet laurels to the Taj city. But following the centre's note-man decision, Agra's famous Petha industry has seen a drastic decline in business. The market looks desolate, with many units operating at half capacity due to a slump in demand.
नोटबंदी का काफी असर पड़ा है हमारे व्यापार में। यहाँ 2 महीने से व्यापारियों का पैसा नहीं था, ना ही यहाँ कोई पेठा खरीदने आता था, ना ही पेठा बन पाता था। अगर हम पेठा बना भी लिया करते थे तो उसको कोई खरीदने वाला नहीं था। 2 महीने से बड़ी बुरी हालत रही है। व्यापार बिल्कुल नील हो चुके हैं। लगभग 80% व्यापार यहाँ समाप्त हो चुका है नोटबंदी के कारण।
Several daily wage laborers also lost their jobs due to demonetization.
नोटबंदी से ये था कि ये सेठ लोगों पर पैसा था नहीं, ना हमारे पास था ना उनके पास था। काम धंधे बंद हो गए, हम परेशानी बहुत हुई, चारों तरफ काम धंधे कहीं नहीं मिले हमको। हाँ, कारखाने बंद हो गए।
But just like the rest of the country, the demonetization move also has some takers in the पेठा industry.
आगरा में नोटबंदी बहुत बड़ा चुनावी मुद्दा रहा है और ये सरकार ने बहुत अच्छी नीयति से किया है। अब आगे ये देखते हैं कि इसका परिणाम क्या होता है, कौन सी पार्टी जीतती है, कौन सी पार्टी हारती है।
While the opposition parties corner the BJP for the losses stemming out of demonetization, the BJP remains at its combative best.
नोटबंदी से इतना खराब असर पड़ा है कि टूरिज्म कोई इंटरेस्टेड ही नहीं है आगरा में आने के लिए, इंडिया में आने के लिए, क्योंकि यहाँ पर उनको पास पैसे नहीं थे, वो शॉपिंग नहीं कर सकते थे, किसी होटलों में ठहर नहीं सकते थे क्योंकि काफी लोग उनके फॉरेन करेंसी एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर रहे थे।
मैं आपको एक बात बता देता हूँ, 8 नवंबर 2016 को नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जी ने जिस टाइम देश को संबोधित करने के बाद और ये कहा था कि ये करेंसी बंद होगी, तो देश की 90% जनता ने इसको स्वीकारा कि गरीबी और अमीर एक बड़ा समकक्ष लाके नरेंद्र भाई मोदी जी ने जो कार्य करा, इसलिए जनता ने उनको एप्रिशिएट करा।
More than 1,500 पेठा making units operate in the city with a combined capacity of 700 to 800 metric tons per day. The industry is a major source of income for the district's 44 lakh population, and hopes are that the bitter effect of demonetization wears off soon.
Lakhs of Petha workers make the globally acclaimed sweet delicacy of Agra. However, demonetization has taken away a tad of sweetness from their lives. Normalcy is limping back now. But the question that they're asking is, who would compensate for their losses? Reporting from Agra's Petha Nagari with camera person Shiv Kumar, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
And here are some more election stories in Polpuri. BJP today released another list of 9 candidates for the UP Assembly elections. The list was released by party leader JP Nadda. The party has fielded Anand Shukla from Balia Nagar, Ravindra Tiwari from Bhadohi, Shobha Singh from Bikapur, Surendra Singh from Beria and Sadhna Singh from Mughal Sarai. Nominations for the 6th phase of polling in Uttar Pradesh started early today with the issuance of notification for 49 seats spread across 7 districts of the state bordering Nepal and Bihar. The districts going to polls in the 6th phase include Maharajganj, Gorakhpur and Balia. The polling in this phase will be held on the 4th of March, while 14th February will be the last date of filing of nominations. Scrutiny of papers will be done on the 16th of February, while candidates can withdraw their candidature till the 18th of February. Nominations for the first phase of assembly elections to be held on the 4th of March in Manipur will begin today. The last day of making the nominations is the 14th of February and candidates can withdraw their names by the 18th of February. The second phase of elections for the 60-member assembly will take place on the 8th of March. Counting of votes will take place with all the states on the 11th of March. And that's all we have for you on Verdict 2017 for today. Thanks so much for joining us.